Hi scary lovers. I hope you enjoy this story. Please like and subscribe if you're into scary stories like me. Shadows Beneath. Clara's Return. Clara had always been fascinated by the catacombs of Paris. Her first visit was a memorable adventure, filled with intrigue and history. On her second visit, she hopes to delve deeper, seeking to uncover the lesser-known stories hidden within the walls. The Descent. As Clara navigates the winding tunnels, she finds herself drawn to a section marked with faded symbols. A local historian had once mentioned these markings, hinting at secrets long forgotten. Her curiosity piqued. She wanders deeper, ignoring the signs warning against trespassing. After several twists and turns, Clara stumbles upon a hidden chamber. Dimly lit by flickering candles, she observes a group dressed in dark robes, gathered in a circle. They chant in an ancient language, their voices echoing eerily against the stone walls. Clara hides, her heart racing, as she realizes she has uncovered something sinister. As Clara crouches in the shadows, her heart races, and the air grows heavy with a sense of foreboding. The flickering candlelight casts dancing shadows against the damp stone walls, illuminating a circular space lined with ancient carvings that seem to whisper secrets of the past. In the center of the chamber, a crude altar made of stone is adorned with an assortment of macabre offerings. Skulls, bones, and aged relics that hint at their grim history. The cult members, clothed in dark, hooded robes, form a tight circle around the altar. The flickering flames from the candles create an almost hypnotic atmosphere, as the shadows twist and warp with their movements. Clara strains to hear the chant, an unsettling blend of guttural sounds and melodic intonations that reverberate through the chamber. At the front of the circle stands the leader, a tall figure with an aura of authority. Their voice cuts through the air with a resonant clarity, commanding attention and reverence from the gathered members. Clara notes the leader's intricate tattoos, spiraling across their arms, each symbol representing a different aspect of their dark belief system. As the chanting grows louder, Clara can discern certain words that feel heavy with significance. Phrases echo ancient languages, invoking deities long forgotten. The words seem to dance in the air, wrapping around Clara like a spell, drawing her deeper into the ritual's pull. The cultists sway gently, their movements synchronized, as if caught in a trance. On the altar, the leader places a new offering, a freshly severed branch adorned with symbols carved from bone. The act is both reverent and chilling, and Clara feels her stomach turn. As the leader raises the branch high, the chanting crescendos, and the other members respond with a series of rhythmic claps and stomps, creating a primal heartbeat that resonates through the cavern. The leader begins to speak in a more intense tone, signaling a pivotal moment in the ritual. They call upon an ancient entity, their voice rising and falling like a wave. Clara strains to catch the name but is left only with an overwhelming sense of dread. The temperature in the chamber drops, and Clara shivers as she feels an unseen presence stirring in the darkness. As the invocation reaches its peak, the candles flicker violently, and shadows seem to elongate, reaching toward the altar. The cultists' chanting reaches a fever pitch, their faces twisted in fervent devotion. Clara's heart pounds in her chest, and she feels an inexplicable connection to the energy flowing through the room, something ancient and powerful. In a moment of stillness, the leader looks directly at Clara's hiding place, their eyes piercing through the darkness. It's as if they can sense her presence, and a chill runs down her spine. They utter a command, and the other members turn their heads, searching for the intruder. Clara realizes she must flee before they discover her, but the weight of what she has witnessed lingers in her mind. Just as Clara begins to comprehend the gravity of the situation, she accidentally knocks over a small rock. The noise again draws the attention of the cult members. Panic sets in as she realizes she must escape before they discover her presence. She races through the catacombs, using her knowledge of the layout to evade capture. Once back above ground, Clara is determined to uncover the truth about the cult. She interviews locals, researches historical records, and visits libraries. The deeper she digs, the more she learns about a secret society that has operated in the shadows of Paris for centuries, believed to worship ancient deities. After weeks of investigation, Clara returns to the catacombs, this time prepared with a plan. Armed with her newfound knowledge and a camera, she intends to document the cult's activities. As she is going to descend once more, she feels a mix of dread and excitement, knowing she is stepping into the unknown. Returning to the catacombs, Clara, armed with a camera and her notes, descends back into the catacombs, determined to document the cult's activities. She navigates the dark tunnels with a mix of excitement and dread, her mind racing with the thought of the ritual she had witnessed before. As she approaches the hidden chamber, she can hear faint murmurs and the flickering glow of candles beckons her closer. Once inside, Clara observes the cult gathering again. This time, the atmosphere feels even more charged. The leader stands at the altar, flanked by several cultists, their faces hidden beneath hoods. They are in the midst of preparing for another ritual, arranging offerings that include animal bones and strange artifacts that pulsate with a dark energy. The rituals the cult performs are rooted in ancient practices, blending elements of invocation, sacrifice, and divination. Clara watches as they create intricate patterns on the ground using ash and crushed herbs, each symbol meticulously drawn to represent different aspects of their dark beliefs. The leader explains that these rituals are meant to summon the presence of an entity they worship, an ancient spirit believed to grant power and knowledge. As Clara raises her camera to document the scene, the leader abruptly stops speaking and turns their gaze toward her hiding place. Their eyes lock onto hers, filled with a mix of curiosity and menace. The chanting halts, and an eerie silence envelopes the chamber. Clara's heart races as the cult members turn, their expressions shifting from focus to hostility. The leader steps forward, commanding attention. "You shouldn't be here," they say, their voice smooth yet intimidating. "This place is not meant for the uninitiated." Clara, though terrified, musters her courage. "I'm not afraid of your rituals," she replies, her voice steadier than she feels. "I know what you're doing down here." The leader smirks, intrigued. "What do you think you know?" They step closer, the flickering candlelight casting an almost ethereal glow on their tattoos, which seem to writhe and dance as they move. "These rituals connect us to forces beyond your comprehension. Would you like to witness their true power?" The cult members murmur in agreement, their eyes glinting with anticipation. Feeling the pressure of their scrutiny, Clara knows she must think quickly. "I can expose you," she threatens, raising her camera as a shield. "The world will know what you're doing down here." The leader laughs softly, the sound echoing ominously through the chamber. "Do you think you're the first to try? We are ancient and we are powerful. You're just a curious girl lost in the dark." As Clara stands her ground, the leader leans closer, their tone shifting from mocking to eerily calm. "Perhaps it is you who are lost. Join us, and you may gain knowledge beyond your wildest dreams." The cultists move closer, forming a circle around her, their chants rising once more. Clara realizes that they intend to draw her into their fold, to make her a part of their dark legacy. Just as the ritual atmosphere thickens and the chanting reaches a fever pitch, Clara seizes the moment. With a burst of adrenaline, she dashes for an exit. The cultists reach out, trying to grab her, but she narrowly escapes, sprinting through the labyrinthine tunnels. The sounds of their chanting fade behind her, replaced by the echo of her footsteps. The atmosphere intensifies. As Clara escapes the confrontation, she stumbles into another chamber, only to find it larger and more elaborate than the previous one. The walls are adorned with ancient carvings depicting scenes of worship and sacrifice, and the air is thick with the scent of burning herbs and something metallic. Candlelight flickers wildly, casting ominous shadows that seem to writhe in anticipation. The cult members quickly surround her, their chants growing louder and more fervent. Clara realizes that they intend to draw her into their ritual, viewing her as both an intruder and a potential initiate. The leader steps forward again, a predatory glint in their eyes. "You've caught our attention, Clara. Now you must decide. Join us willingly, or we will bind you to our purpose. With no option to escape, Clara finds herself reluctantly drawn into the circle. The cultists form a tight ring around her, chanting in a rhythmic cadence that pulses like a heartbeat. The leader instructs her to stand at the altar, where a shallow bowl carved from stone awaits. It's filled with a viscous liquid that glistens unnaturally in the candlelight, reflecting the flickering flames. The leader explains the significance of the offerings on the altar, bones of previous sacrifices and trinkets representing the lives of those who have succumbed to the cult's influence. You will become a vessel for our power, they declare, their voice smooth yet laced with a threatening undertone. Clara's heart races as they hand her a ceremonial dagger, its blade glinting ominously. Clara stands frozen, the weight of the dagger heavy in her hand. The cultists chant louder, their voices blending into a cacophony that fills her mind. The leader continues, "You must offer something of yourself, your blood, your essence, so that we may commune with the ancient spirits we serve." Clara feels a surge of panic. The ritual is becoming more real than she ever imagined. In a moment of clarity, Clara realizes that the choice presented to her is one of submission or defiance. She glances at the cult members, their faces masked by shadows, and feels the pressure of their expectations. The leader gestures for her to make the offering. With trembling hands, Clara considers what she must do. Feeling the weight of her decision, Clara takes a deep breath and presses the dagger against her palm, allowing a thin line of blood to flow into the bowl. The cultists erupt in a euphoric chant, their voices rising in a wave of fervor. Clara feels the warmth of her blood mix with the liquid, creating a strange reaction that sends a shiver down her spine. As her blood mingles with the offering, the atmosphere shifts dramatically. The flickering candles flare up, casting wild shadows that dance on the walls. The leader raises their arms, invoking the spirit with a voice that resonates through the chamber. Clara's vision blurs, and she feels a pull, as if something is reaching out to her from the darkness. Suddenly, Clara is flooded with visions, fragments of memories and images of past rituals, the faces of those who came before her, all marked by a similar sense of desperation. She sees their fates, some embracing the darkness, others consumed by it. The overwhelming sense of power and danger makes her question her own choices, drawing her deeper into the cult's grip. In this heightened state, Clara feels a deep internal struggle. The call of the spirits is intoxicating, but a part of her fights against it, recalling the reasons she entered the catacombs in the first place. Summoning her courage, she pushes back against the pull, breaking the trance with a surge of willpower. "No, I won't be part of this," she cries out, her voice cutting through the chants. The cult members falter, their chants dying down as Clara's defiance reverberates through the chamber. The leader's expression shifts from triumph to rage. "You cannot reject what has been offered," they shout, and chaos erupts among the cultists. Some reach for her, attempting to bind her to their will, while others seem to lose focus, confused by her rejection. Seizing the moment, Clara pushes through the throng of cultists, her heart pounding as she races back through the catacombs. She navigates the twisting tunnels, the echoes of the ritual fading behind her, but the weight of the experience lingers in her mind. As she emerges into the cold Parisian night, she gasps for air, overwhelmed by the darkness she nearly became part of. Once above ground, Clara's hands tremble as she clutches her camera, the weight of her experience crashing down on her. She knows she has to share what she's seen, to warn others about the cult's presence. But the encounter with the leader lingers in her mind, a chilling reminder of the power they wield and the darkness that lurks beneath the surface of the city. For a long time, Clara feels doubt about exposing the cult's existence to the outside world. Clara's journey takes her to unexpected places, leading to a climactic confrontation with the cult. She uncovers their motivations and the darkness they believe they are harnessing. Ultimately, she must decide how far she is willing to go to bring their practices to light. The experience leaves Clara changed. Though she successfully exposes the cult, the darkness she encountered in the catacombs lingers with her. The story concludes with her reflecting on the nature of belief, fear, and the hidden layers of history beneath the city of Paris. I hope you enjoyed this story. Please let me know down below what kind of stories you would like to hear more from. Like and subscribe if you're into scary stories like me. Stay safe and I'll see you tomorrow.